Hello, 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 kings and queens and everybody in between. Ashley Michelle here, your resident witch, business mentor, mystic, tarot reader, astrologer, weight loss enthusiast, bodybuilding queen. What? Hi, how are we? I hope we're all doing absolutely amazing. This is my birthday edition episode. It was my birthday. At the time that you all are listening to this, my birthday was, let's pull out my handy dandy calendar. My birthday was a little over a week ago, December 3rd, 3 3 89, which makes me 35. I've officially hit my mid 30s, darlings. How do we feel? How do we feel? How do we feel? I feel, what's the word? I feel like I'm entering an era that is only going to be better than the 10 years before. I feel confident in what I do. I feel confident in why I do it. I feel confident in my work. I feel grown. I like getting up at 7 a.m. and being in bed by 10 p.m. I like going to the gym and working on my body. I like my work schedule. I feel like everything is just falling into place in such a beautiful way. I'm in a really beautiful pocket in life right now, and I'm ready to continue this upward movement, as we continue to spread awareness about spiritual work, and I continue to help spiritual baddies leave their fucking matrix job and come over to the bright side and do their soul work full time. I feel really good about this whole like TV thing, this entertainment world that I'm in. Um, I definitely feel like a black sheep in that world. I don't feel like they don't know what to do with me because everybody in the reality TV world wants to be like a Fashion Nova influencer. And like, I want to get on Gaia. You know what I mean? So priorities, priorities. But I'm not changing for anybody. So we're gonna get on Gaia and we're gonna do TED Talks and we're gonna have in-person events and it's gonna be a whole vibe. And I'm really excited to take you all on this journey with me. Uh, we're in December now, and we have a few more weeks left of 2024. And then we move into 2025, and I'm just so excited to see like what's next. Like when you truly realize, right, that you are in control, that you have power here, that you do have a choice here, right? When you really like own that for real and you really believe that there is this beautiful space like hidden within the liminal, hidden within the upside down of what else do I want to create? You really feel like the god, goddess of your universe. You really feel like nobody has sovereignty over you and you have sovereignty over yourself. And you make the choices here and you call the shots here. And as I reflect back on this strength year, right? It's a 8 year, a strength year. Next year will be a hermit year. I'm referring to the tarot cards. If you're like, what the fuck are we talking about? And in this strength year, I have recognized my power in a way that I didn't know I needed to. And this is all I want for you. I want for you to trust yourself so much and to believe in your vision so deeply that you take ownership for where you are in life, where you desire to go in life, and how are you helping this vision? And how are you hindering this vision? And these are conversations that I have with myself all the fucking time. I'm human. Yes, I'm a spiritual being. Yes, I'm divinely guided, but I also have created this soul agreement, this soul contract here on earth, right? And so I am in a human vessel. I'm a spiritual being humaning, for lack of a better word, right? No matter what frequency or wavelength or dimension I'm working in at any given time, I'm still very much so in interaction with the 3D, with the earth matrix. And so with that being said, I have to have these honest conversations with myself about how I may self-sabotage when it comes to my personal goals, my relationship goals, my money goals, my body goals, my goals for my mental health and wellness and my emotional habits, right? You know, how am I hindering or hurting instead of moving the needle forward? And babe, I want you to understand this. I'm not talking about like, oh my God, I ate a bowl of ice cream. That's not it. I'm talking about like self-sabotaging behavior. Like, for example, getting like shit-faced drunk on a Tuesday, knowing that you have a meeting at 9 a.m. on Wednesday morning. Why would you do that? Especially if you know that you can't get up or whatnot. I'm talking about when we do deeply self-sabotaging things when we are in this pocket of success. I believe that is the biggest message, one of the biggest messages that the strength card is here to tell us, is here to talk to us about, right? How do we hold strength? How do we bear witness to our strength? Even when we want to go towards comfort, what do I always say? The ego is always going to move towards a space of comfortability because the ego likes to stay in comfortability. The ego knows what it is, right? If you're comfortable getting drunk on a Tuesday night, then no matter what's going on Wednesday, your frequency, your set point, whatever you want to call it, it's going to go to that, to what it knows, getting drunk on a Tuesday night. So when you try to change that, let's say you no longer want to get drunk on a Tuesday night. Let's say you only want to get drunk on Saturday nights, right? In order to change that, it's going to take a bit, a minute, a second, because your ego is like, hold the phone. This is what we do on Tuesday nights. I feel safe getting drunk on Tuesday nights. No matter how hungover I feel on Wednesday, no matter how much my stomach hurts, no matter how nauseous I am, this is what I know. I get drunk on Tuesday nights. And I'll be damned if you're going to change that for me and make me feel unsafe in my body. This is ego talking here. Do you get what I'm saying, friend? And so, as we're moving towards the end of the year, give yourself this gift of really thinking about destructive patterns, behaviors, and ideas that come up in your life or that you've noticed that are on repeat, these narratives that are just kind of operating in the background, if you will, oftentimes in a subconscious way, that are no longer a part of the plan. They aren't a part of the mission. Maybe they once gave you comfort, but now they no longer do, right? Maybe it's that person that loves to have something chocolatey at night. They love to have something chocolatey at night. That's their fucking thing. It gives them comfort. That's what they want to do. And nothing is wrong with that. But maybe they don't want to have chocolate at night anymore. Maybe they want to be a chocolate during the day connoisseur, right? Who knows, right? To each his own. In order to switch that, it's going to take a second to match the frequency that which you are trying to build in your life. It's not going to happen overnight. So here's how we help. Here's how we help the cause. Here's how we figure it out. Here's how we do the thing, right? We first of all notice when and how we're self-sabotaging. For example, let's use the chocolate example. Why do you keep buying fucking chocolate if you know damn well you always eat chocolate at 10 p.m. just before bed? And let's say you're buying chocolate because you're like, I'm gonna be a morning chocolate girly, not a night chocolate girly, right? So I'm buying the chocolate for the morning, but it never works out that way. You've seen it over and over again the last 3 months. You've always had your chocolate at night and then maybe again in the morning. So what do we know? Maybe we just shouldn't buy the chocolate, right? And if we keep buying the chocolate, why? What about the chocolate is making you feel safe? And what about not buying the chocolate is making you feel unsafe? Why is your nervous system freaking the fuck out? And what can we replace the chocolate with? Can we replace it with like maybe dark chocolate or like a protein bar? Built bars are great, non-sponsored. You know what I mean? We get on this journey of spiritual development, whether we're here to build a brand, a business, or just become more self-aware and have better relationships and love ourselves and our bodies more, whatever has brought you here today, whatever has brought you here today, you know, we are all on this journey of personal development and self-discovery and really looking for where our wall is and smashing the fuck through it. So where's your wall? And how do you intend to smash the fuck through it? Especially as we prepare for a new year. Let's not do the new year, new me thing. Let's do the like, what can we bring into next year that we learned this year? What can we leave in this year that we learned? What are some things about yourself that you were like, that was great, but I've taken all I can from that experience. And now I'm ready for an even bigger one, an even better one that's even more. Do you know what I mean? What is that for you? I think for me, as I reflect on this year, you guys know I always say this, and I mean it with my whole heart, like lead with love. My relationship, my romantic relationship is in probably the best place it's ever been at. And we just show each other so much fucking love and patience and clarity. And it took us some time to get there, being newlyweds and getting married and the way that we got married, all eyes on us, different countries, that whole thing. Um, I think for me, reflecting on my marriage has validated this. I don't want to call it an idea. Um, I'll call it like a- I don't know what to call it, but to lead with love. When we lead with love and when we lead with compassion and when we continue to do that over and over again, this is what we are vibrating with, and we are asking the universe this or something better. We are literally saying this or something better. We love this experience and all we want is more. Speaking of love, I've developed a deep, deep level of self-love for my physical vessel that I gifted myself with in this incarnation. And no, it's not because I lost 100 pounds, even though it helped. It's because I didn't know I could fucking do that. Like that more than anything, like I just didn't know. I had proven to myself over the course of 30 something years that I could not do it. So let's go back to that ego example. The ego likes to stay in a space of comfortability. I had proven to myself that I couldn't fucking do it. So when I did it, I was, and I still am, I'm like, who daddy is? Is that me? That's me? My God. God. Wow. So you see how like I wrote myself a new codex of operation. Do you know what I mean? I think about my business and I think about my why, right? I think about the hundreds of folks that I've worked with over these 6 years in business. And I am so blessed that this gets to be my job. Who would have thought? Little old me waiting tables and stuffing napkins, talking about astrology, talking about Archangel Metatron. God bless, buddy. Talking about Gaia, talking about string theory, and just nerding the fuck out all the time on some of the more complex nuances of like this earth and why we're here, to be able to make a career out of it, and then to be able to help others make a career out of it, I am just sitting in a puddle of gratitude, puddle of gratitude. And I'm ready to expand this or something more, this or something greater. So how can we work with this hermit year next year to make it even bigger, to make your reality something that you cannot even comprehend? That's what I'm getting at. You know, happy birthday to me. This message is for you. How do we make your reality something bigger than you can even comprehend? 3 years ago, just 3 years ago, I wouldn't be able to comprehend this moment right here, let alone 5 years ago or 10 years ago, even a year ago. This, babe, is how we create ripples, right? We create these ripples in our timelines and the timelines of the collective. And we really usher in new earth because we are ushering in new earth. We are in the front lines of a huge fucking shift that's happening. There is a shift that is happening in the cosmos and the matrix, and we can all fucking feel it. We are not standing for what we thought we had to before. We are stepping up, we are stepping out, we are saying no fucking thank you to a lot of things in a lot of ways. We are being unapologetic about who we are, what we believe in, what we stand for, and the boundaries that we have. And we don't care who's got a problem with it. This is all Pluto and Aquarius. And it's happening so rapidly. And what a fucking time to be alive. Literally, what a fucking time to be alive. And I want you to remember something about the Hermit card. You know, the Hermit card is a Virgo ruled card. And when the Fool sees the Hermit on the Fool's journey, right? If you remember back to some of your tarot lessons with me and other accomplished readers, you know, in the major arcana, the Fool goes on a journey. And the Fool meets the Emperor and the Empress and the Magician and Death and the world and the moon and the star and so on and so forth. And the Hermit. And when the Fool meets the Hermit says, "Come with me. We are going to go away from distractions so that we can cultivate an even deeper understanding and appreciation for what we are doing here, for our journey, for what we are learning here, for why we're here." And the Hermit takes the Fool by the hand and they go all the way up into the mountains and they turn off distractions. They get rid of their cell phones, they get rid of the TV, they have their books, right? Just think about the Hermit in modern day. The Hermit in modern day society would be you going to an Airbnb, you turning your phone off, you making sure that Airbnb, maybe it's in the Catskills or the Adirondacks or by the water, right? By the Finger Lakes. It's somewhere, you know, bonita. Absolutely beautiful. Mother Earth is Mother Earthing, honey. And everything is turned off. Maybe you only bring your computer, but maybe not even your computer. Maybe you do it old school and you bring a pen, you bring a motherfucking piece of paper, you bring your books by Dr. Joe Dispenza, right? You bring all your astro books, all your tarot books, all your self-help books, right? Rich as fuck makes an appearance, right? And you just sit there and you read and you journal and you meditate and you study and you read and you journal and you meditate and you study and you take your salt baths and you do your cold plunges and you meditate with your crystals and you program your crystals and you hug the trees and you talk with Gaia and Pachamama. What fucking amazing downloads are going to come into your ethers that way when you just allow it to. This, babe, is a hermit year. It is a time and space, it is space and time to get away from the distractions to do your fucking big one. That's what it is. It is an invitation to let go of the shit that is distracting us the most. For some of us, it might be booze. For some of us, it might be reefer. For some of us, it might be food. For some of us, it might be reality TV. For some of us, it might be Zeus Network. If you know, you know. That shit's problematic, but you can't turn it off. For some of us, it may be oversleeping, right? For some of us, it may be undersleeping. Maybe we just are up all night long. Some of us, it may be the gym. Maybe instead of the gym being our place for self-care, it becomes our place to distract. Oh, I couldn't get there. I was at the gym for 3 hours. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's video gaming. Maybe it's a hyper fixation on healthy eating. Maybe it's a multitude of things that I witnessed that I mentioned. But I love to go back to the fact that you were listening to this podcast and probably many others like it because you're into this shit. You are picking up what I am putting down. You love what spirituality has done for your life, and you want to keep this same energy. And so, in this episode, I hope this love letter that really kind of came through, because this wasn't what I was supposed to be talking about today, by the way. I had something else totally on the docket. I just went with this because this was the channeled message that wanted to come through. So I'm giving it to you for whoever needs this medicine today. That as we move into 2025, how can you be the best damn hermit ever? And what are you hermiting for? What are the goals? What are the goals? You know, it's just some food for thought about our why, because no one can tell me that we're just existing to exist. That's too easy. And if there's one thing that we can all agree upon, whether we are religious, whether we are scientists, whether we are mystics, spiritualists, the world as we know it is the most complex thing that we know of. It is incredibly complex. There are an infinite amount of questions that we do not have answers to. There is theory upon theory upon theory upon theory upon theory. So if we're looking at that, then the fact that we're existing just to exist does not make sense with the logic that I just said before, how complex the universe is. Just saying. Just saying. Okay, my babes, that's it for today. What a beautiful message. I really, really, really hope you enjoyed it. And you already know the drill. Leave me a 5-star review, like the episode. Your reviews and your subscriptions mean so much to me. Remember, you can watch it on the YouTube. We're on the road to 1,000 followers on YouTube. I'm going to be creating way more consistent content on the YouTube now. We've got all the other platforms locked down, and I know you guys really enjoy just kind of seeing the day to day and like the face. So expect to see Manuel and I content on the YouTube, witchy content on the YouTube, business content on the YouTube, fitness content on the YouTube. The YouTube is going to be my online diary. So make sure you subscribe. And I love you guys. And remember, you truly are limitless, but only if you believe it. Ciao, ciao for now. Hello, friends. I hope you loved today's episode. Make sure you share it with a friend, share it with somebody that you love, and tag me on the gram at Ashley Michelle 90 Day and let me know your thoughts. Leaving that 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify is literally what helps this work get to the right people. As you may or may not know, we are in the middle of a spiritual revolution, and us being able to get our hands on resources like this podcast and others is what is literally going to make the world go round. So do me this favor and please leave me a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify and share the episode with somebody you love. It really, truly does mean the world to me. I love you so very much, and I will see you in the next one.